How's it going, guys? This is Avollon, and welcome back to Avollon's World, the actual Avollon's World. If you guys didn't see last episode, it was a little bit of a April Fool's episode. I haven't actually done like any specials relating to any holidays in this entire series, and we're on episode 51 now, so I figured, heck, why not start now? Perfect opportunity to do episode 50 as an April Fool's. It's perfect. If you guys enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments. Leave a like. It was an interesting thing to try to do and pull off, and that world that I showed near the end was actually a world that I played on to experience 1.18 in survival. So theoretically speaking, the final part of the episode was all in survival. The beginning parts were not, obviously. I think I made that just a little clear. But anyway, as a loud-ass truck drives past my window, I've got a bunch of shulker boxes lined up on this pillar here. And if you couldn't tell by the title and the thumbnail, what was that? Huh, you see particles through the... That's interesting. That was odd, too. We are going to be redoing the Nether hub. Before I get distracted again, I've got a bunch of resources here. When I say a bunch, I mean I've got 4 shulker boxes of gray stained glass, 5 shulker boxes of cobbled Deepslate minus a little bit. I've got a shulker box of prismarine bricks, and dark prismarine, as well as 2 of polished basalt and 2 of blackstone. And then on the far side here, we've got some gray dye and 5 more shulker boxes of glass. I just realized I have this stuff in my inventory, which I need, actually. I was wondering why it was in my inventory. This is stuff I need, because I've actually, if I can speak, I've gone ahead and quote-unquote reset the Nether, but not reset the Nether in the way you would think. I reset the chunks at the... It's not that time, cool. I reset the chunks at the Wither Skeleton farm in Nether Fortress area. I then proceeded to delete all of the previous tunnels in Nether hub that I currently had, and I guess theoretically speaking it would make sense if I actually took the resources I would need to build another hub with me going into the Nether, right? Instead of having to show you guys and then come back and get all these. That just wouldn't make any sense, you know? I'm trying to make sense here. Can I have them all, I'm assuming? I hope nothing else is anywhere. I didn't stain all the glasses. I don't know if I'm going to use it all. But if you don't know, if you didn't watch, I think it was one of the episodes, I forget the exact number, but I think it's called Mini Updates. It was the one before? I think it was 39, if I'm not mistaken. I built another hub off camera, and mostly in creative because I didn't really care because I had reset my Nether. So getting rid of that now, I am able to fix that essentially. So all the stuff we did, I think after episode 40, is still here. It's just the main hub and the tunnels themselves leading down to wherever they are gone. So I have to replace literally everything, but that gives me a chance to make a fancy new hub. And it's also very dangerous now, because things can actually spawn and kill me. So speaking of which, I should probably actually just go ahead and get, yes, my Firewalker boots with fire, which don't have fire protection. Why would I not put fire protection on the Firewalkers? So that way, I do not get attacked by piglins, even though I will be opening chests constantly. So I'm going to start laying out some groundworks, because as you can tell, I've got a lot of work to do. I've got an entire hub to do and 4 tunnels in each cardinal direction to do. So should be fun, should be interesting, and I have no idea if I have enough glass. Alright, I have set up a little bit of a, these portals are really loud, so I'm gonna go stand over here. And this guy's just been, like, snorting up a storm over here. I have the basic platform set up here. What I'm going for is a castle look with some towers and making it look cool and everything. We're still sticking to pretty much the same theme we had in the old Nether hub here, with the glass floor and, glass on the side so you can see out and see the Nether. because it still looks cool, and I still did some work, like that tree up there. I built that. I know I did that. That's pretty cool looking. And the different like bones and everything, and it's just a beautiful area, and I have to deal with this all the time until I get the actual walls set up. So the first order for business that I'm going to do, now that I have a platform and I don't got to worry about falling to my death every time I come through that portal, I'm going to get this tunnel floor hooked up, because this is going to be essentially one of the main tunnels that I have, but I'm going to be using this little area over here to store my stuff, and I do not want to be harassed by magma cubes all the time. So we may or may not have a problem. I may have severely underestimated exactly how much glass I would need for this project. To give you a little bit of perspective, I've done the tunnel for the most part. It's spawn proof. That's all I'm doing right now, because I want to start building the castle and getting that situated so there's not a giant gaping hole, so a gas fireball can't come in here and boom, blow up the entire tunnel. Very simplistic design with the deep slate and the gray stained glass. I gotta get the castle in place here because I don't know exactly how far it's gonna indent in. It might honestly just go straight back. I'm not entirely sure, because I want to kind of try and make it like it's attached to the side of this cliff face here, but we'll figure that out. But this is 3 shulker boxes worth of glass. If you don't believe me, and little then some. This is all the glass I got left. Out of 4 shulker boxes, I've got almost 1 full one left, and I still haven't put in the walls. I've done 2 tunnels. I have yet to do this tunnel. This tunnel leads to the Christmas snowy area, and it's super long, and I have no idea what I'm going to do, and I don't go there too often, so I'm going to save that for last, or just randomly do it in between episodes or something. But I did the 2 tunnels that were down here besides the skeleton one. This is the Guardian Farm one, and down here we got the, whatchamacallit, if I can run faster, the end portal. These are all encased, so they've got the ceiling, the walls, and the floor. Everything's good to go on that part. It's just the fact that I've used 3 shulker boxes of glass for 1 tunnel. Now, I do think this is the longer tunnel, if I remember correctly. This one just goes down to there and only has 1 offshoot to White Ridge, and then the offshoot to the, whatchamacallit, farm, gold farm. This one goes down this way a ways, and then goes over out that way a ways. But thankfully, there's nothing this way. What I might actually do is keep that as the spawn portal, but take the desert portal and kind of flip it around and take this tunnel out just so it has a base, because it was just kind of it just ended. It'll just be here, and then our access to the Nether, I've taken off the whatchamacallit staircase, will be somewhere back there where I can just go on down and get access to the actual Nether itself. But now I'm going to start building this castle, because this area is now safe for the most part. The only way they can get in is if they spawn and they jump in. That's essentially it. Nothing will be spawning on this entire corridor, and I need more glass. I have 5 shulker boxes on standby and maybe 2 or 3 shulker boxes of sand, but I feel like I'm going to need probably another dozen shulker boxes of sand of glass just to finish this hub. It's insane. I didn't realize how much glass these tunnels were, because I originally thought they were 5x5. No. They're 7x7. Don't ask me why. Oh, this is 7 blocks here. Right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's 7. So it's 7 by 7. It's 7 on the floor. So it's a lot of blocks. Alright, update. Got some, if you want to call them 4 walls, but no roof. They're very simplistic, but also kind of detailed. I'm using these, what is it, the polished basalt? Is that what it's called? Polished basalt. I had some inventory, I didn't have to break that. Using the tiles as the accent and the bricks as like the main support structure. Essentially what I gotta do now is connect them and then form essentially 3 watchtowers. And each direction where the tunnels are going to be, and then this one is obviously different because I need it to look more attached to the cliffside like I was trying to. So this side, instead of it going inwards again, goes that way to make it look like it's more indented. I will be making like support struts and whatnot, and probably some chains here and there to make it look a little bit more supported. But I wanted it Deepslate bricks kind of despawn. Essentially wanted to make it look like the castle was protruding out of the cliff face. So now I gotta make some more walls. Essentially I gotta make like mini walls because there's gonna be watchtowers and those gotta be bigger. And I was also thinking of putting another bigger watchtower right here to represent this tunnel, of course. And maybe I can put some sort of designer emblem on it. And then that's pretty much it. It's gonna be fun building underneath this glass platform in the Nether. I've already killed like 5 ghasts. None of them have blown up anything that I know of, so yeah, fun stuff. Well, I can officially say we have 4 walls and a roof, or ceiling, whatever you want to call it. Finally remembered that I was using prismarine. May or may not have forgotten about that halfway through. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to use that as accents to add in some color, because it is still in the warped forest, even though they're called the twisted vines. They should be the warped vines. And so it kind of fits the color scheme of it, right? Don't mind those twisted vines growing up in my path. But I got the main kind of hub area done. I gotta swap out these yet, which I don't have any glass on me. But I've been using the dark prismarine with a hint of the regular prismarine as the kind of filler accent. And I like how it looks. I would kind of like it to not be a hard transition. So if we do something like this, I think that helps it a lot. And then stuff up like here, you know, where it's got a hard border, making it look indented, I think does it a lot more justice. Definitely down here, that fixed a lot of the problems. It's right up here where it matches up with the pillar portal thing, which I don't know what it is. The Ravager used to be up there, and I'm not getting anything to put up there. Wasn't really useful. I may, however, there's a long open blank wall here. Might just put some mobs in there, to be honest, because this is going to be like the main hallway, at least, that I always go and use, because I honestly forget what's down that one. I know White Ridge is down that way, and I don't remember what's down this way. Besides the Coral and Trident Farm, I think Avollon's Village, and the Mesa. The Mesa's off, like, over there somewhere. But yeah, I won't go down that way too often, so that's the main way. So, I have to now construct the fort. I guess you could call it a fort. I have to these guys are a pain. I'm so glad I got it in case, because these guys were just jumping down, attacking me left and right. And they split into 3 different freaking sizes, and all of them can hurt you. The magma cubes. I have a problem with the magma cubes. So I gotta get these watchtowers probably built up to this point. They'll probably start going in more, because I think the tunnels are about this size, which they'll go right at the top of these stairs here that'll go out. And if we can make them just tiny bit smaller, that'd probably be good. You can see there's a portal right there where the freaking first tower would be, and honestly I might just swap it out and put it in. Ooh, I could put it at the top of the tower, because that's Solstice, the Solstice portal. So I mean, I can fly to it, but it needs to be hooked up to the Nether, of course. Then we need to put the bigger tower, probably with, I'm thinking 2 protruding little sections with whatever the bits are at the top. I don't know what the technical term for that is. But so far, so good. A lot of work to do yet, and a lot more glass to collect. Because, yeah, we still have 3 tunnels to make. Well, I'm into my last 5 shulker boxes of glass, and when I say last 5, I mean 1, 2, 3, and we're on the 4th, and that's the 5th. That's all the glass I got. And as you can tell, I didn't do this tunnel. I've been working on the other 2 tunnels as well as the structure, It's been like a whole day since the last clip, but as you can see, the framework in most of the tunnels for this main, whatever direction, south, definitely south, is almost done. You can see down there, if you can, if YouTube doesn't compress the video, that the walls aren't filled in, similar to the, what I'm assuming would be the north tunnel. But I do have the solstice portal, the spawn portal, the mesa portal, and then down here, I believe, is Avollon's village portal. And then that, this one right here isn't gonna get done for ages, cause yeah, you see how long this tunnel is? There's the end. There's also a nether fortress there, or the remnants of the nether fortress. Yeah, it's a long tunnel, and for some reason it's also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks tall instead of 5 blocks tall. So there's just gonna be a gap on the top. I ain't making it odd, or yeah, odd. Even I ain't making it even more odd here. Anyway, before I get disoriented again, that tunnel is just gonna be saved for a later date. It just goes out to the Trident farm in the Coral Reef farm. I don't go out there all too often, so we'll worry about that at a later date. But I also worked on said tunnel over here, and when I say I worked on it, I mean I ran out of glass, pretty much, and I've only gotten the framework in all the way down to the White Ridge portal, and I forgot there's no glass on the ceiling. I was about to hit my head. And we got a hole in the ceiling here. This leads to the gold farm, but we need to make a new and improved way to get up there, because before it was just twisted vines. So I'm thinking like a minecart elevator with a platform up there, and then we can just go up a ladder. It might be a little bit better. I don't know. Again, ran out of glass. I only have a little bit left, and I wanted to get at least the frameworks in so I could kind of get the main hub area done. And I don't know if I show the ceiling. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I did put some soul lanterns here that'll light up the place, and swapped out some of the Deepslate tiles for some prismarine, because it looks a heck of a lot better on the outside, which I just realized I can't get out there easily anymore, so I always just jump out the sides. So we'll have to go out this way, and I've been coming over on this little landmass over here to see how things look, and this is my finalized design. I got three tiny watchtowers. They're just big enough that I think this one that I built here, they're not gonna like overshadow it. And I did put some soul campfires there to add in some life and particles, even though you can't see particles from inside the tunnel, because can't see particles through glass. Don't know why. But yeah, I wanted to get the tunnels at least in place so I could see how the overall thing looked. And we still need to get the supports in place and everything. It's been a long and tedious process, and there's still, and that's missing a thing there. Or you didn't see that. So yeah, it's been a long grind, but I finally started adding the prismarine, and essentially these little units here are going to act as our guides. I'm going to use banners. I've never, ever used banners, so we're going to use those. That's how we're going to determine what's down this tunnel. And you can see that portal over there used to connect with this one, but I'm going to make it this tunnel. So this tunnel actually has a use, because it didn't before. I think the spider farm portal was like right here. Like literally like right here in this wall. So I'm probably just going to scoot it over. So yeah, we still have a lot of work to do. A lot of work. Oh hey, how's it going? Would you look at that? It's a tunnel. It's complete. And it leads to the mining desert. How fancy. How exciting. So, it's now time to finally get rid of the temporary netherrack bridge that I built to the end of the portal to get me to the hallway. The north hallway, if my memory serves me correct. It's time we start the supports. Actually, I may have lied. I feel like it may or may not be more important to show you the top of the structure. And we got a hole in the wall, because it was more convenient than, you know, flying out the tunnel, because I completed the framework for said tunnel here, meaning I'd have to fly around an entire landmass to get to where I wanted to go. So I built a hole in the wall, which might eventually turn into a staircase that leads me to the top of the Nether hub, to be honest, because it feels like that might be important, and I've designed it so I can actually come out onto the top of said Nether hub. And look at this structure. I need to go forward, not backwards, because I'm in a 5, but look at this structure. I actually like how this turned out, and believe it or not, this is actually the second iteration. I kind of built an entire tower and was like, I don't like it, and I built a new one. Not a tower. This is more a castle type structure type ordeal, and I feel like the better place, don't mind the brown joker box, to view this thing would be off in a distant landmass, which I realize I can just walk to now because the tunnel is here. And ta-da! You can kind of see there's a bunch of smoke particles, and that's from campfires, and it's essentially just a large structure with a lot of basalt, some dark prismarine, deep slate, and mixes of blackstone, because I've only ever used blackstone in this build here for the supports on the inside of the hub. Yes, hi, that's me. But I decided to use it for kind of like a transition. You can see down here it goes, and you can't really see from down here, to be honest. You can see how it goes from deep slate bricks, blackstone transition, to deep slate tiles, and then deep slate tiles, blackstone bricks, and that kind of ends it. Blackstone helps tie everything together, I feel like, because it seems like it's a very nice transition between the more gray bricks to the more black tiles, and it helps cut things off so we don't have odd borders and barriers, and I tried my best to make that happen, and it looks pretty good. Only thing is, you don't see particles through glass, so all these campfires serve absolutely zero purpose whatsoever, because I'm rarely ever going to see the outside of this. But we do have a staircase that leads up to... No, hey, quiet, I'm trying to speak here. We have a staircase that leads up to this section, which we got a nice little campfire. Those are things that want to kill me, and the cube formed. And we can come up here, and we got another campfire. Woo, how exciting, you know? But eventually I might make an actual proper staircase that leads down to the hub, because I feel like getting up here might be important, but I will put a door, because things can wander in here, such as Enderman, piglins, magma cubes, zombified piglins. You know, everything that wants to kill me, pretty much. Alright, supports are done. You know, dirt platform, greatest support of all. Definitely not a platform for me to build said supports. No, not at all. And this isn't a hole in the floor. Definitely not. Alright, I think the supports are done. They are definitely supporting the structure, even though if this actually had real-life gravity, I don't think the structure would still be standing, because I don't think we'd be walking on glass. But, you know, this is Minecraft. We can walk on glass. It doesn't matter. You know, a giant tunnel made of glass? No. Not gonna fall through that. Not at all. Anyways, I actually really like how this turned out. You can still see pretty much the entire Nether, and then once, of course, you get to the tunnels, it really does open up, and you can see, and hi, how you doing? It looks good. I like it. I can't put any deep slate here because things will spawn on it, and that's kind of the point of the glass. And you can see I actually use chains. I've only ever really used chains for the lanterns that hang lanterns, but now I've used them to connect to the glass. And theoretically speaking, if this was an actual castle, it wouldn't have a glass floor. That's just for more... What did I just say? It's just for more aesthetic purposes and be able to see everything, because we decorated the Nether a little bit with builds, so obviously I want to see them. And I think it does a good job of being supported. I've closed up my little hole in the ground here, but not the hole in the wall, so we can still get out, and we can look at it from over yonder. If we just go over yonder here, this is not actually a dedicated path, but it works. It gets the job done. And we can actually see that it does add volume to it. You don't start seeing the actual main supports, which aren't visible until you are like kind of directly under it. One of the greatest spots to view it from, which is what I was aiming for, was down here at the Piglin Bartering Hall. And I mean, I think that looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I like how, excuse me, can you be quiet for like more than 5 seconds? I like how the blackstone ring kind of looks and supports the bottom. At the same time, all 3 of the watchtowers have supports running across the bottom that are Deepslate, and the blackstone ties in that, and then if you view it from the top, of course, it ties in more of the blackstone. And it looks pretty good, and then you get the dark prismarine running into the supports, into the wall. I think it looks good, and I think that's a project done, except for the walls and ceiling of some of the tunnels, but, you know, that might be next episode, who knows. Anyways, guys, that has been one heck of a journey. I've gone through, like, so many netherite I'm combining words again. Netherite shovels. My pickaxe is at 400 durability out of 2000. I've been mining a lot, doing a lot of off-camera work. I know this episode has kind of been a lot of talky progress update type ordeals, but I mean, come on, let's be honest. You guys really want to see me place down blocks in a tunnel? Not really. And the nether hub is complete. Was the blue nether hub more boom in your face kind of present? Yes. But does this one look cool? Indeed it does. If we fly up here to my trusty little landmass lookout, you can see that this place does indeed actually look super cool. I like it a lot, especially with this tree and everything. It looks super cool. We added the soul lanterns, everything, it lights up. Looks really good. That's where we're gonna end it for today's episode, guys. Next episode, we're gonna be finishing off the tunnels and everything and getting some other stuff situated. We still need an actual official way to get to the nether, whatchamacallit, platform that I built down yonder behind this giant castle now. No, it's not that giant. But if you enjoyed today's episode, guys, make sure to leave a like. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. It means the world to me. And leave a comment. Let me know which one you preferred. If you prefer the Deepslate hub, or if you prefer the original warped hub that I had built that was very simplistic when hanging up by chains. Let me know in the comments down below. We'll catch you guys in the next one, where we'll finish off the remaining little odd projects here in the nether hub. Maybe add a few decorations, you know, a little hint hint. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Farewell.